Most people want to start an online business, but they're looking at it all wrong. They think they need the perfect product, the perfect website, or the perfect timing. The truth is, all of that is backwards. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual order you need to follow to launch something that makes money, not just something that looks good. Validate the point number one. Validate your idea before you build anything. Point number one is the most important because it stops you from wasting months building something nobody wants. You need to validate your idea before you invest time or money. According to research from CB Insights, 42% of startups fail because there is no market need for their product. Not because the product was bad, not because they didn't work hard, because nobody actually wanted what they built. I have a friend who spent 3 months building a project management tool for freelancers. It was beautiful, the design was perfect, the features were innovative. He launched it to his email list of 500 people and got zero sales. He never validated whether freelancers actually wanted project management software. Turns out they were already using something else and they didn't see the need to switch. He could have found out he could have found that one out in 1 week by talking to 10 people. Here's what you do instead. Before you build anything, talk to at least 10 people in your target market. Ask them about their biggest problems in this area. Listen more than you talk. If 8 out of 10 describe the same problem, you have validation. If they don't, go back to the drawing board. The people who succeed are the ones who fall in love with the problem, not the solution. The solution will change, the problem stays the same. Point number two, start with your audience, not your product. Point number two is where most people get it backwards. They build the product first, then they try to find customers. You need to do the exact opposite. Gartner research shows that 80% of business growth comes from existing customers or people who already know and trust you. This means your audience is your valuable asset before you even have a product to sell. Look at how creators like Mr. Beast or Tim Ferriss build their empires. They didn't start by saying, I have this product to sell. They started by building an audience around a specific topic. Tim Ferriss built an audience obsessed with optimization and learning. Then he created products for that audience first. The audience came first. Start building an audience now before your product is ready. Pick a platform: YouTube, email, TikTok, LinkedIn. Choose one. Then create content around the problem you are solving, not about your solution, about the problem itself. If you're solving a fitness problem, create fitness content. If you're solving a business problem, create business content. Build trust first. The product comes later. Once you understand that audience comes first, the next piece is knowing exactly how you're going to make money from them. Which moves me to tell you about point number three. Choose your revenue model before you launch. Point number three determines whether your business survives or becomes a hobby. You need to choose your revenue model before you launch. I know someone who built an amazing community around personal development. She had 10,000 engaged members. The problem was she never decided how to monetize it. She tried ads, she tried affiliate marketing, she tried sponsorships. None of it worked at scale because she was trying everything instead of committing to one path. If she had chosen a revenue model first, she would have built the community differently from day one. Here are the most common revenue models for online businesses: digital products like courses or templates, services like coaching or consulting, memberships or subscriptions, affiliate marketing, advertising, e commerce. Pick one, just one, the one that aligns with your audience and the time you have. If you have limited time, memberships or digital products work better than services. If you allow one on one interaction, services might be your path. Choose before you build. Your revenue model shapes everything. It shapes the content you create, it shapes how you build your audience, It shapes the product you build. Get this wrong, and everything else becomes harder. Which leads me to point number four: keep your startup cost as low as possible. Keeping the startup cost as low as possible is about protecting yourself from financial risk. Most people spend too much money before they ever made their first dollar. The Small Business Administration reports that the average startup cost for an online business ranges from $1,000 to $10,000 for most entrepreneurs. But here's the problem: most of the money is wasted on things you don't need. I spent $3,000 on a custom website before I had any customers. I spent another 2,000 on designing and branding. Then I realized my customers didn't care about any of that. They cared about whether my product solved their problem. I could have started with a simple landing page for free. Start with what's free or cheap. Build your audience on free platforms first: YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok. Create your first product in a simple format: a Google Doc for a template, a Zoom call for coaching, a simple email sequence. Use free tools like Canva for designing. Use platforms like Gumroad or Teachable for selling if you need to. Only spend money when you're making money. This is a bootstrap approach and it works. What's one thing you were planning to spend money on that you could actually do it for free? Point number five: launch before you're ready. This is a very important step. Launching before you're ready is a mindset shift that separates people who launch from people who never start. You have to launch before you feel ready. Research from the Harvard Business School shows that founders who waited for the perfect moment launched later and grew slower than founders who launched with 70% readiness. Waiting costs you months of world feedback. Airbnb launched their first version with a simple website and photos of an apartment. It was rough, the design was clunky, the messaging was unclear, but they launched. They got feedback, they learned, they iterated. If they had waited until everything was perfect, they would still be waiting. Set a launch date 2 weeks from now, not someday, 2 weeks from now. Then work backwards. What's the absolute minimum you need to launch? A landing page, a way to take payment, a product or a service. That's it. Everything else is nice to have. Launch with the minimum, get feedback, improve. Perfect is the enemy of done, and done is the only thing that makes money. Which brings me to the end of this video. And if you want to download my online business launch checklist, which walks you through the exact order to validate your idea, build your audience, and launch your first product, click the link in the description to get it now. Comment below and tell me which one of these 5 points do you need to focus on first. Are you still on validation, building an audience, or just need to launch already? Subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you can get the next video before I break down the exact content strategy that builds an audience fast for an online business.